What up, Greater Long Beach? Welcome back to the Press Telegram. It's Chris.
And Tyler, and this high school football highlight is brought to you by Naples Rib Company, the perfect place to cater your team's next event.
Coming to you from Las Vegas for what many are calling the high school football game of the year. Number 1 St. John Bosco versus number 2 Bishop Gorman, and it's a mega matchup. Gorman's coming off 5 straight titles and they enter 5-0, and they're looking for their 4th straight win over a team from SoCal.
And that team is Bosco, who are 3-0 coming off of a bye week defending California State champions. And adding to this matchup, the network, ESPN. It's on the big channel, and the Gorman student section obviously fired up for their close-up.
Sophomore Tate Martell makes this offense go for Gorman. Coaching staff calls him Tate Manziel for that playmaking ability, and a future Josh Rosen target in Alize Jones, number 1 rated tight end, and a UCLA commit at 6'5".
Yeah, those two, along with Cordell Broadus, going to be big tests for this young and inexperienced Bosco defense. They've played well, but they have a lot to replace. And, there's been a lot of talk about this game. I just want to get this going and start it off. If only Mother Nature would let us.
Mother Nature didn't want this game to start till 7 o'clock. There was hail, there was wind, there was gale force winds, there was rain, there was all this stuff, but finally we get it going in this electric college-like atmosphere. California versus Nevada with a sprinkle of national title implications on the line, and no bigger game in the country here. Gorman gets the ball first, and Martell wastes little time showing off that scramble ability with a little high step. But Bosco forces a 4th and 5, but Gales are going to gamble and go for it. I mean, it's Vegas. Martell scrambles and by Tajon Lindsay for the first.
Yeah, and they're just showing off the explosiveness. A few plays later, Martell, again with his feet, hurting the Braves, takes it into the end zone. Not quite the Manziel money, but the Gales will take it. It's still 7 points. They're up 7-0.
Bosco had to punt their first possession, but the next drive, Rosen's going to find Anselm Ume for this amazing one-handed grab. That landed him on SportsCenter top 10 at number 9, 69 yards down to the Gorman 13. But a false start and 2 negative runs from McGrew, and it's 3rd and 20, and they can't convert. They're going to have to settle for the 39-yard field goal, and that's a 7-3 lead for the Gales.
But a good opportunity to quell the momentum a little bit and get a score. But one play later, Russell Booze, untouched, open bar. And I guess it's Vegas. You can have Booze out in the open. 80 yards to the end zone, and wow, right back at you. It's 14-3. Momentum now wearing blue firmly.
Next series, the Bosco defense does get a big stop, but a roughing the kicker call on the punt gives it right back to Martell. He wastes little time. He's going to find Jones for his first catch, 17-yard, hard to bring him down. Then they're going to into the red zone. Jonathan Shoemaker is going to get them to the Bosco 10-yard line. Then a couple plays later, Shoemaker becomes a touchdown maker for a 1-yard score, and Gales are up 20-3. Wow, I don't think anyone expected that.
No, they definitely blitzed the Braves, and that's the halftime score. Bosco down 17. They're not used to trailing like that. How would they respond? They got the ball first in that second half, but the offense still out of sync, and they're forced to punt it away.
Defense looks in great position to get them the ball back. Starting with this sack of Martell is going to make it 3rd and 16. But like we said, Manziel is what they're calling him, and they call him that for a reason. Martell's going to step up in the pocket, avoid the pressure, and he's going to find a wide open Lindsay. He's going to go 67 yards to the end zone, untouched, and the defensive coaches waste little time trying to get on the field to yell at their defense.
Absolutely, because now it's a 24-point game, 27-3, and again, the number 1 team in the country really got punched in the mouth here. How do they respond? And they do it with Sean McGrew.
That seemed to wake Bosco up. He comes right back for a 16-yard gain. That was his longest of the game at that point. Then a vintage Bosco play. Rosen to Jared Harrell for 45 yards. Great adjustment there. Then the very next play, Rosen's going to find Ume for the first touchdown, 13 yards. And just like that, a nice response and showing some life.
Yeah, when you go 74 yards in 3 plays, that's got to have you feeling good. But the defense still having trouble stopping the Gales. Martell finds Broadus here for 24 yards, young dog, getting out of bounds. Then back to Shoemaker on the ground, picks up 12. But a hands to the face penalty is going to move Gorman back. Here's an opportunity for the Bosco defense.
But Martell again scrambling, and he's going to find an open Alize.
Now it's a party.
For the easy score, and that's back to a 24-point lead. Now, you kind of felt like Gorman's going to run away with this. Now, this sets up a 3rd and 25, but this would be the turning point. Rosen's going to find little-used tight end Jared Bolter, and he's going to go for 46 yards. The coaches were screaming, never give up. That's why you never give up. Then Gorman 15, 4th and 6, big play here. Rosen's going to scramble. He's not the only one who can run. Picks up 9 here, and then the very next play, McGrew finished it off. 6-yard touchdown run. and now the lead has been cut.
Yeah, it's 34-17, 22 seconds left in the third. A lot of football left, but the defense needs to get a stop, and guess what? They do. They force this 3 and out. After teams trade turnover on downs, Bosco gets the ball, and Rosen, staying with the feet, picks up 15. Can they keep this going and go in for another score? They certainly need one.
They needed a big play, and they got it again from Bolter. It's a weird play. You see, he disappears.
Whoa!
Somehow ends up in the end zone. They don't know how it happened. They'll take it 25 yards, and that lead is now down to 10.
Huge series for the defense here. Gorman gets to the Bosco 30, but they stop Booze, and it's 3rd and 5. Martell is going to look right and find Lindsey, but that's going to bring up a 4th and 1. Travion Beck with the great tackle.
The ball game right here, but it's a fumble. Not a butt fumble, but just a regular fumble. Martell's proven he can make plays. Will he do it again? Oh my, DJ Willis.
What are you talking about, Willis? That was a huge hit. Turnover on downs, and you can see that Bosco bench is now believing. Rosen again going to get the big play. He's going to run it for 18 yards. Linebacker gets in his ear a little bit here, and Rosen says, "Oh, you want some? Get some on the next play."
He gets some with a Kalen Franken touchdown. That 24-point lead now down to 3, a minute 12 left. And yes, Brave Nation does in fact believe that they will win.
Yes, that's a great crowd for Bosco. Just need the onside kick. It looks good as Gorman drops it. There's a scrum for it. The coaches are trying to recover the fumble. But after everything is cleared and the bodies come up, it's Gale's ball, and that will end it as they run out the clock. What a furious comeback from Bosco, but just not enough in a 34-31 defeat.
Braves now will regroup and will take on Crenshaw next week before a monster game in the Trinity League opener with Mater Dei. A really great game to cover. Bosco's national title hopes take a little bit of a hit, but they still have the always tough Trinity League to get through, and then the California State playoffs. If you want to watch Bosco see if they can repeat for that state title, keep it locked right here at the Press Telegram.